Hormone issues and hormone regulation is directly controlled by healthy cholesterol. Your liver makes cholesterol, but a lot of times, in many cases, it's underproducing because of the other toxic foods we're putting in our bodies. Hey guys, it's Manny Brandon with Manny's Fitness Fortress, the citadel of power of YouTube. Guys, today we got an awesome video. We're going to be talking about the pros and cons of the vegan diet. Why a lot of people don't realize that low cholesterol can lead to depression, can lead to low bioavailability of some foods. Your brain is 80% fat. You need healthy fats, and many times they come from, 90% of the times, they come from animal-based foods. So we're going to get into all that, the pros and cons of veganism, and a lot of truths and myths that have been misconstrued and twisted. All that coming up right now. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we even get started, guys, you know what it is. Hit that like, subscribe button. Please share the content, and post a comment. Rock with me every week. We drop 1 to 3 videos every week, usually between Thursday and Sunday. We're gonna get right into it. One of the main things I want to talk about is things that are missing from the human diet. On a vegan diet, let's go get into the things that are missing first. One of the main culprits for this whole phenomenon is people don't realize that on a completely vegan diet, the information that's put out there, the composition of animal-based foods is totally misconstrued. It's relabeled and framed in a way that people don't really understand. We're going to get into cholesterol and how women need to maintain healthy cholesterol levels, and the two main components of that is healthy fat and healthy cholesterol levels. All right, and there's HDL and there's LDL. Your body needs cholesterol and fats. You will die without cholesterol. Your liver makes cholesterol. But before I get right into the meat of it, I want to state this. This is in fact been based by medical facts and a lot of studies. Women's hormonal issues they endure are usually from two things: plastics in our containers released in the microwaves and things like that regulate and just totally just wreak havoc on our endocrine systems, and your lymphatic systems. Also, the number 2 thing, which is even more devastating than that, is the lack of healthy fats, guys. The lack of cholesterol. In the media, they got this thing out here where high cholesterol, creates heart attacks and all that. And the thing is, your brain is 80% fat. Your brain needs healthy fats. And a lot of people don't know this. Avocados, nuts, omega-3 oils from fish, ribeye steak, whole pasture-raised eggs, whole eggs, all those foods I just named, including coconut oil, avocado with the ribeye steak, the grass-fed steak, those are all components of healthy fats. They all have good cholesterol, all of them. And the thing is, a lot of the information on meats has been just chopped up and just totally destroyed. And when people change their lifestyle, especially vegans that are vegans now, they change their lifestyle. What they fail to mention is that when they were eating meat, they were eating bologna, deli meat, processed hamburgers and hot dogs, all these different highly processed hams, fast food meat products. Those are the ones that are high in phthalates, nitrates, things like that, okay? And that's what caused the demise. That's what they incurred when they, exhibited and when they were going through those medical and a lot of those, health-related issues that got worse and worse. It's because of the toxic chemicals that are put in those foods, guys. the chemicals that were put in those meats. Naturally occurring grass-fed steak, meats are the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. So if I say, here's a multivitamin, you're lacking B vitamins, your iron is low, you need to eat foods higher in iron. You need to eat foods with B vitamins. You need to eat foods with riboflavin. You need to eat foods with selenium. You need to eat foods with magnesium. You need to eat foods with even vitamin C. You need to eat foods with healthy fats. You need to eat foods that will help you with your immunity. All right? Grass-fed steak, Wagyu beef, that is Japanese cattle, bison, all those foods do all that. And the thing is, there's good cholesterol and there's bad cholesterol. There's LDL and HDL. HDL is the good cholesterol that actually helps your body stop artery blockages. LDL creates an environment in your body that promotes blockage. Without cholesterol, ladies, you will die. You know, most of women's hormones are related to low cholesterol, not enough of the good cholesterol. So that's why you have a lot of vegans that still get very sick. And by the way, a lot of my subscribers, I've made videos in the vein of veganism lifestyle before, but this video was on my video topic list for months. So I'm just coming around to it now. There's a lot of things that people don't understand, and we got 5 basic reasons, 5 big reasons why you need to rethink your thoughts and your information on animal-based food products. And I want to call them animal-based and not animal-based proteins. I'm gonna call them animal-based foods because that's another thing. They're mislabeled, they're misrepresented. A lot of proteins that are animal-based, people always say strictly animal-based proteins. They have a lot more than protein. Wagyu, fish, bison, grass-fed steak are loaded with selenium. Like I said, omega-3 fatty acids. You got all kinds of B vitamins in there. Creatine is naturally occurring in steak, naturally occurring in red meat. It's naturally occurring in fish. I'm gonna say that again. It's naturally occurring in fish, salmon, mackerel, bluefish, all those high oily omega-3 fish that are super healthy for cardiovascular health. So people say, I used to eat fish. Jesus and the disciples ate fish. I'm gonna keep saying that. And all those of you who've been rocking with me for a while, you know that I'm Christian, and this is not the video for that, but I am going to get into a correlation between health, nutrition, and biblical lifestyle. But listen, we're going to get into some really relevating, eye-opening facts. I come to you guys with facts. This is a medical journal, okay? Now, we're going to go through 9 things I think this says you may need to know about non-HDL cholesterol. Low-density lipoprotein, LDL cholesterol, known as casually as bad cholesterol, which forms plaque on artery walls. High-density lipoprotein, HDL cholesterol, known casually as good cholesterol, which helps the body flush out plaque from the arteries. And I'm going to say this, I'll pause in the middle. All you people that have family history, you go to your doctor and say, well, I have family history, and I've said this before in other videos. Okay, just because you have family history of high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, you're going to have family history of those issues if your family before you were cooking a certain way, okay? If your family before you were cooking a certain way, you're going to have issues like that, guys. That doesn't mean you have to continue the trend. So, the Southern cooking, for example, ham hocks, chitterlings, macaroni and cheese, greens cooked so long till they cook the green out of them. Ham hocks put in there, fatback, bacon with nitrates in it. All these things that was passed down from generation to generation to the women of the new families that cook for their families, feeding their offspring the same thing that her mother and her mother and her grandmom fed them. If it's all toxic, when you pass it down to the next family, the next generation, and you're eating the same thing, of course you're going to have the same family history. It's like somebody eating all kinds of fried food, Kentucky Fried Chicken or fried at home, cooked in seed oils and things like that. They don't tell you on commercials that seed oils are bad for you. They don't tell you that. They say stop eating butter. Butter is healthy for you. Margarine is a form of toxic inflammatory oil. All right? So if your whole family has been eating fried chicken, your legacy has been that your family has been eating fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, frying everything, high blood pressure, a myriad of other ailments like, diabetes, all that stuff. And then this son is born, he goes through his life and he eats, grass-fed steak, he eats organic vegetables, exercises, because a lot of us are sedentary today. He's not going to have the same outcome as his previous family members. He's not. That's how, much the media is just transforming our minds and just, oh my goodness, just monopolizing people's brains and just, you're not going to have the same outcome if you're not eating the same food. All right? Now, let's get into it. You may need to know about HDL, LDL, triglycerides. These fats aren't cholesterol, but they're measured in a lipid panel. They are necessary for proper body functioning, but high levels increase the risk of heart attack, stroke, and pancreatitis. All right? Children, it says they should have their cholesterol checked, and that is because in today's society, so many families and women, mothers are putting their kids in front of fast food joints. Nobody's cooking anymore. All right? You don't see that on commercials. Your doctors are not telling you that. They're just saying, oh, you need to lower your cholesterol, stop eating this, stop eating meat. No. All right. I promise it's not going to be a super long video, but I'm going to get everything I can get in that's pertinent. You ladies especially need to hear this. Everyone knows that high cholesterol is a health problem, but you may be surprised that cholesterol itself, a waxy, fat-like substance, is essential for important bodily functions like making hormones, cell membranes, and certain vitamins. Cholesterol is produced and regulated by the liver. For many people, problems arise when they eat too many foods that contain cholesterol and one's high in saturated fat. All right. Now, in the past, in the 80s and 70s, these meats and stuff, I guess the issues were amplified with the nitrates, the corn-fed cows and stuff. They weren't eating what God intended. So you don't have a lot of these issues in grass-fed organic meats. That's the thing. Just like you don't want to eat pesticide or herbicide-riddled vegetables or fruits. You're literally giving yourself cancer. You're literally giving yourself, you're putting your body in an environment where you could get cancer in the future. And if you continue that lifestyle of eating eating vegetables and fruits that are not organic, that's what the trend has shown, that people are getting cancer. Like 2 out of 4 people. All right? So it's one thing to have, a whole, being a vegan and having fruit and vegetables and herbs and grains and stuff like that. But you're not getting a high level of cholesterol in those, and you need it for brain function, guys. Alzheimer's prevention. You need it for hormone regulation. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. After coming off fast food and a completely inflammatory diet from the fast food industry, people go straight vegan and don't realize they bypass our hunter-gatherers. Used to, let me get into this, eat vegetables and fruits, meat, animals. The thing is, about this whole carcinogen thing, if you bake your meats and your animal proteins, you will not get that inflammatory effect of carcinogens, because it's like vegetables and fruits. If you overcook them, you cook all the minerals out of them. They say you're supposed to eat your steak medium well or medium. Okay? Not well done. You cook a lot of the minerals out of it. It tastes really good, but it tastes really good at medium, and it tastes really good at medium well. That's when something becomes carcinogenic, when you've seen like a family member overcook something, becomes crispy, and it's really no good. It's not healthy. But if you bake, that's frying. If you bake, that whole process of cooking is totally different. The meat, the texture, the composition of the meat is totally different. And that's what they're not telling you. You know, just like steaming your vegetables is better than broiling them or boiling them or cooking them in a saucepan with seed oils or margarine. You know? Now, cholesterol is produced and regulated by the liver. For many people, problems arise when they eat too many foods that contain cholesterol and ones in high saturated fat. Your brain is 80% fat. It needs healthy fats and cholesterol. Your brain needs it. Just not from Kentucky Fried Chicken. It says the health issues caused by atherosclerosis have different names depending on which arteries a type of blood vessel are affected. When cholesterol plaque is in the heart arteries, we call it coronary artery disease. It says Yale Medicine cardiologist Antonio Giamano, MD. When it's in the neck arteries, we call it carotid artery disease. In the leg and abdominal arteries, we call that peripheral artery disease. Additional problems arise when plaque builds up within the arteries and a piece breaks off, traveling through the bloodstream and lodging in a person's blood vessel, preventing blood from flowing. These blockages can be sudden blockages of the heart's blood vessels and are usually what causes heart attacks, says Yale Medicine cardiologist Ayman Enim, MD. It's similar to a stroke, which is caused by blockages to blood vessels in the neck or brain. So, you heard it here, guys. Look, 9 things you need to know about cholesterol, all right? You need it for hormone regulation. A lot of people, ladies with like, thyroid or fibroids, there's foods that advantageously affect those with a positive outcome. Seriously. You got to go back to the earth. The Western medicine is not like Eastern medicine. If you research it, that's why most of the stuff over there is being healed by herbs and stuff. Or, natural-based medicine, I'll say. So that's the first thing. I know it's kind of lengthy, guys, but bioavailability is another thing. That's number 2. Bioavailability is, the ability, your body's ability to absorb the food that you're eating, to absorb the nutrients and the extractive vitamins, nutrients, lipids, the protein, all the phytonutrients and everything, the healthy fats. It's your body's ability to absorb that. That's what bioavailability is. And no plant on the earth has greater bioavailability than, grass-fed steak or liver. It's a myriad. If you look up the nutrient density, the protein, or look up not the protein, look up the vitamin and nutrient profile of liver or grass-fed Wagyu. It's like a laundry list. It's like taking a multivitamin, but better because it's from nature. Now check this out. Here we go. Straight from the doctor's mouth. And a lot of these doctors that I follow are actually like holistic. So check this out. Animal-based foods are generally considered more absorbable than plant-based foods because animal proteins are typically complete proteins, meaning they contain all essential amino acids in a readily available form. While many plant proteins are incomplete, requiring combinations of different plant foods to get all necessary amino acids. Additionally, this is the kicker. Additionally, plant structures often include fibers and compounds like phthalates that can hinder nutrient absorption. So that's why, guys, too much fiber is not good. I'm going to read that again. This is the difference. This is what no one's telling you when you got these people that are promoting veganism. Listen, I'm going to repeat that. Additionally, plant structures often include fibers and compounds like phytates that can hinder nutrient absorption. They do hinder nutrient absorption. They're not all good. So, animal-based proteins, and I don't like that word because that's where the world has been like just programmed and hypnotized to just focus on the word protein. A grass-fed steak or a Wagyu steak from Japanese cattle or bison is a multivitamin. It's just like taking a multivitamin, except with that multivitamin, you're getting healthy fats. You're also getting omega-3s. You're getting selenium. They typically don't come in multivitamins. Most of the B vitamins, riboflavin, selenium, magnesium, iron, calcium, phosphorus, potassium. All those are in an 8-ounce grass-fed steak. So people that have issues with high cholesterol or their family, that was because of people in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s eating highly processed foods at restaurants and at home, combined with meats that that had phthalates added to them, that had nitrates added to them, that had seed oils. They were prepared with all these other seed oils, and all these cortisol-raising inflammatory agents. Grass-fed steak, Wagyu, bison is actually really good for your cardiovascular health. All right? When combined with other fruits and vegetables, they do not have the toxifying elements that they're portraying on the news and the media. And also, guys, bake your meats and steam your vegetables. If you don't steam your vegetables, you're trashing 80% of the nutrients, okay? Baking in the oven, forget the air fryers. A lot of them have Teflon base internal cap. The inside is internally coated with Teflon and other coatings with forever chemicals. Just use an oven. Bake your meats. No frying. It's all good. All benefits are good. Bake your steak. Bake your turkey, bake your fish. I typically don't eat chicken anymore, but I'm telling you guys, these are the facts. These are the truths. All right. Now listen, this is the most important thing. Production of hormones, including sex hormones, is an important. I'm gonna start at the beginning. It says cholesterol is very important in the healthy production of hormones, including sex hormones, and is therefore important for hormone regulation. All right? So a lot of people, women, are going around there saying, running around saying, oh, I got hormone issues, going to the doctor, and medical, authorities are telling them not to eat certain things that are healthy for their hormone regulation. In case you didn't know, guys, when you go to the grocery store and you see seed oils in every damn package, food product, they're putting that in there on purpose. They know it's bad for you. They know it's inflammatory. They know it can eventually cause, inflammation, and other things are veering off of that can cause cancer. They know it. They know it. They're putting it in there on purpose. And the sad part about it, I actually follow a doctor that says he's tired of this broken sick care system. It's not a healthcare system. So sadly, 80% of the information you're receiving from those men in the white coats when you walk in those rooms are lies. Lies, guys. Look, hormone synthesis, cholesterol. Look, I'm reading it right off the medical journal of people that aren't afraid to share the truth. Hormone synthesis. Cholesterol is a precursor to all classes of steroid hormones, mineralocorticoids, and glucocorticoids, and sex hormones. The body synthesizes cholesterol in the ovaries, placenta, testes, and adrenal cortex. You need cholesterol. So, sadly, these medical professionals have sent people on a journey to try to avoid all cholesterols, which most 80% of healthy cholesterols come from animal-based foods. God knew what he was doing when he created all food for us. I'm going to get into that too, about the animals with the hoof and the split cuff, what we're supposed to eat, what we're not supposed to eat. It's all in the Bible. He don't make mistakes, guys. The endocrine system is a network of glands that produces hormones, and cholesterol is necessary for the proper regulation of it. Cell membranes. Cholesterol helps form protective layers around cell membranes, which control what can enter and leave the cell. I'm sorry for the glare, guys. I know the sun's problematic. But guys, you may be surprised to learn that cholesterol itself, is essential for important body functions. Like I said, making hormones, making them, cell membranes, and certain vitamins. Cholesterol is produced by the liver and regulated by the liver, but depending on people's hydration, your body weight, your lifestyle, what you're eating, what you're not eating, your rest, recovery, your sleep time, you have to provide the body with more sometimes. Okay, it's not a bad thing. The bad things are things that are man-made in a laboratory. That's bad. This is from nature. God made this. All right? Now, sorry about that, but I had to get into that. The number 3, guys, is the biggest. It's the biggest one. It's like, I don't spend too much time on it, but I just kind of tapped in on it. It's mislabeled. It's misrepresented as, I can get my proteins from plants. I just combine quinoa and this and that. Grass-fed steak, Wagyu, fish, turkey. There's nothing in food that provides, nothing in plant foods that provide more omega-3s and healthy, powerful, heart-saving, heart-healthy components than fish. Fish typically have the highest components of selenium and omega-3s. Fish have the highest. I know seaweed and sea moss are high in omega-3s too, but the thing is, you need trace minerals also, and a lot of seaweed has like 84 minerals, this, that, and the other, but the doses that they come in are severely low, and that's why a lot of vegans still have issues, immunity issues, hormonal issues, sleep apnea. You need the cholesterol, the healthy fats from these foods, and they're all in the same category. Walnuts, pecans, cashews, hazelnuts, not peanuts. Peanuts is a legume. It's an unhealthy hybrid ground bean. Tree nuts, okay? Avocados, coconut oil, avocado oil, healthy olive oil that isn't cut with seed oils. They don't even say that on the label, so you got to be careful. There's a couple. I'm going to make a video about that too. 5 top brands of avocado oil that are not cut with seed oils. Grass-fed ribeye steak, that little fatty thing on the end of it, it's a miracle for the human body. Your body thrives. It craves that. The egg yolk contains 70% of the nutrient density of the egg. Eggs are very powerful. They provide choline that prevents infants from having brain abnormalities. Isn't God wonderful? Listen, guys. Look, people get a lot of vegans thrive on the momentum that they'll bring up some kind of variation or visual instruction of food that makes it look disgusting or nasty. They'll say, oh, the egg yolk is the embryo of the chicken, and this and that. And you know what? Yeah, it is. But guess what? It's loaded with nutrients. It's like pre-embryo, but it's loaded with everything your body needs. That's why they call egg the perfect food. There's certain foods they call superfood. Avocado is one, egg is another. Superfoods. Selenium. Egg has everything except vitamin C. Everything. Even 2 major components that are in spinach, but they don't have none of this, the oxalates in spinach that can cause kidney stones. And 90% of women are low on iron. That's the thing. A lot of women's health issues with the hormones are directly related to no cholesterol or low cholesterol and a severely lacking iron deficiency. And no food on the planet has more iron than liver, grass-fed steak, Wagyu, bison, no foods, none. Like almost like 85% of women have iron deficiency, which is like the culprit, and it's the catalyst for all these other issues. All right? So guys, the nutrient density of steak is unsurpassed. And the healthy fats and the cholesterol in the steak is healthy for your hormones. All right, ladies. I want to say this because I'm not no cap here. This is all real. It's just that some of the information, 90% of it is suppressed. Just like probably 20 years ago, we didn't know about pomegranates and acai and goji, Asian pear. We didn't know about those because those were all stuff in the Eastern world, circulating in markets over there and the produce over there. They purposely suppress information, and I gotta say they, because I don't want this video to be taken down. They purposely suppress it. So if they purposely suppress that, you gotta realize that I've done research, they purposely push out lies. They do. They want to control us. Don't let them do that. Conclusion. We're almost out of here. There is a growing amount of research looking at the use of essential fatty acids, particularly omega-3s in psychology, but we often overlook cholesterol. Low levels of cholesterol and essential fatty acids are intimately linked to depression. Intimately. Understanding the consequences of deficiencies in essential fats and cholesterol is important for the effective treatment of depression, whether it is drug-induced, genetic, or a result of dietary patterns. Low cholesterol impairs optimal brain function and often prevents successful recovery from chronic depression. All right, guys. That was you should be running towards a red steak right now. You should be running towards a steak. You should be running towards a wild caught salmon right now. Running to it. Sprinting to the supermarket. But I'm glad you guys stuck with me through that. Please like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. We got fitness training, hardcore training, powerlifting, bodybuilding, women's fitness content, nutrition, wellness, everything on this channel, guys. Thank you so much for giving me your time, and I will see you in the next video with my freaking hammer. Booyah!